Welcome to another conversation with SYD Life. My name's Kaylee Karotz and I am thrilled and feel extremely privileged today to be joined by Jussara Sartorelli. It's so wonderful to have you with us today. I just want to read a bit about you. You are an executive leader in global high-end retail. I mean, just amazing. And I know that's with Zimmerman at the moment, which is just so wonderful. How's it going?
It's going really well. I have been with them actually for 16 years.
Wow, amazing.
And my role is the head of global retail.
Okay.
But it's doing amazing, and I'm still very passionate about. And it's a dream job. It's an amazing job. Not easy job.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A lot of people think it's very glamorous to be traveling a lot. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But it's very rewarding.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's amazing.
Oh, you're incredible. Well, we're talking today about how to reach our full potential. So I want to start off with a few quick questions and getting to know you. So what time do you wake up in the morning?
Well, between 5 and 5:30 a.m.
Okay, early, bright and early.
Yes, I start the day going to the gym with my daughter.
Yes.
So it's our time together. We go to the gym 5 to 6 days a week.
Yep.
Not easy, but we have to do it.
Yeah.
And then I come back home, have my breakfast, and, I always pray for the day to have wisdom, to make the right decisions, and to have clarity in everything that I do as well.
I love that. If you were going to dinner with anyone in the whole world, dead or alive, I'm going to chuck that in there, who would you want to have dinner with?
Well, if it was dead, it would be Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, he's not dead actually, right?
He's alive.
No, he's alive, and I hope to have a dinner with him one day. But then there would be two other people, which would be you and Pastor Alex.
Oh my gosh, we're going to make that happen.
Oh, great. And we can have you guys for dinner then.
I love that. You're so beautiful. I would be honoured to have dinner with you.
Amazing.
What about Sarah Jessica Parker? Is she in there?
Actually, she could join us as well, right?
Yeah, let's send her an invite.
Yes, I would love her to join us as well.
I'm not sure Alex would appreciate it, but you and I would appreciate it.
I think he would appreciate it because he's so much fun.
It's true.
He is so much fun. He's just full of life and so much fun. You both are so much fun.
Oh, so are you. Okay, worst job you ever had?
Oh, I've never had any bad jobs in my life because I always try to think that everything that we do, you need to have fun and you need to make the most of it.
Love that.
So I don't think there is a bad job.
Yeah.
I think there is the attitude towards the job.
Yeah, right. So good. Love that. Well, let's go a bit deeper now.
Ooh.
We've started up high. What's one rule that you live by?
One of the rules that I live by is thinking big and making things happen. I usually see people divided in 3 groups. One, which is small, medium, and large. Small, it's when people just talk about people, small groups.
Right.
Medium is when people just talk about things. And big is when people only think about ideas and make things happen. We have choice to be in any group that we want, but I love being the group that talk about ideas and make things happen and don't get distracted about talking about people or talking about things. If you have to talk about people, it's about just helping people and supporting people and assisting them to get where they want to be. But I don't like when people talk about people just to gossip or just to gossip. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. So powerful. And our words are so powerful, aren't they? What we say and what we speak over people, and that creates your world, really. So
this goes back to how God creates the world, right? It was with his word. And then he creates the man in his own image.
Yeah.
So he has given us the power of the word as well.
Yeah, wow.
So whatever we say needs to be positive and to prophesize about good things. If you're talking about bad things, we are also prophesizing about these things. And I always prophesize on my kids' lives, that they are the best.
Yeah, wow.
Wherever they go, they will prosper. Whatever they do, they will succeed.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But we always talk about this at home. We don't talk about people. For us, it's always about ideas and how can we make this world better as well. Because we are here for a reason, and we need to make a change. And we need to be the change as well.
Yeah, beautiful. So how did you start off? Obviously now you're doing this fantastic job and a global role, but where did it all begin? Tell us about the beginning of your journey.
It started when I was 23 years old. I started working in a store just not because it was my goal.
Yeah.
I just started because I need to make money at that time. I was moving from my parents' home to live alone.
Yeah,
so
right.
I had to make money, but my career goals was completely different. But as soon as I started working retail, I really liked the environment and how driven everything was.
Yeah, right.
And then I quickly started moving to leadership roles, which was quite, phenomenal. I always had this thing about leading people. In everything that I did, I was always the leader, never the follower.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I think this is one of the gifts that God has given me.
Yeah, totally.
And then I started working, like in management, and then moved, to leadership roles. And then when we were 31, my husband and I were 31 years old, we made a decision to move from Brazil to another country to have some adventures for 6 months.
Yeah, right.
So we moved to Australia. And at that time, it was just, like more an adventure to learn English and then go back home. But when we arrived in Australia, we, of course, we had a very basic English. And then at that time, we were working restaurants and cafes, learning English, having some fun, and pretty much thinking about going back home. Things have changed slightly. It's been now 25 years here.
You're still here.
Still here after, thinking about 6 months.
Yeah.
And then one day I was walking, in Pitt Street, and I saw this beautiful store at Ralph Lauren. And I told my husband, wow, what a beautiful store. I really love this brand, and I'm going to work here, and I'm going to be the national retail manager.
Oh, I love it.
And
so
he looked at me and he said, well, firstly, you need to learn English.
Slight hurdle.
Yes. And I was like, well, the goal is to be the national retail manager.
Wow.
The rest is, what I have to do to get there.
Wow.
So I applied for the job at Ralph Lauren a few weeks later, and there was a big no. And then I kept calling the store manager, asking her to give me a chance, and saying that she would never regret if she gave me a chance.
Wow.
And at that time, my English was quite basic, and the reason that she was not giving me the job was because of my English.
Your English, right.
And then I kept calling, and a few weeks later, she accepted me to the role.
Yeah.
And then since then, I did extremely well. I became the #1 sales associate in Australia in 1 month.
Without English?
Without English.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Then 3 months later, I started, managing the store on the weekends whilst the managers were not there.
Wow.
And I spent 2 years because I could only work 20 hours per week.
Right.
Close to Olympic Games time, I found out that I was pregnant and it was time to go back home.
Yeah, wow.
And then we made a decision to stay. And we applied for the residency. We got a residency, and then I started working leadership roles straight away at Ralph Lauren.
Wow, amazing.
And then last role that I had at Ralph Lauren was looking after all of the boutiques and concessions stores except the outlet stores. I was then poached by a recruiter that had, worked at Ralph Lauren. She was one of the general managers.
Right.
Then I started the role at Zimmermann as a national retail manager. And at Zimmermann, I went through so many different roles. As a national retail manager, retail director, and then retail director of Australia and US, and then global retail director, and now I'm the head of all of the retail globally.
Incredible.
I do have directors that work under me and a very large global support team as well.
Wow.
But everything starts, organically.
Yeah.
But I was always extremely driven in everything that I did and very committed. And something that I never had in me was, you cannot do it.
Right.
I always think I can do anything.
Yeah, wow.
Because
amazing.
God, He is the one that empower us and gives us the wisdom and, support us in our walking.
Yeah, wow.
In everything that we do. I have a lot of confidence as well, this is because He has given to me.
Yeah, right. Beautiful.
And I think everything that I do, I attribute, to this confidence that He has given to me, but also the drive, because He never lets me give up in anything.
Yeah, wow.
There are times that I feel tired. I feel that sometimes it's hard.
Yeah, can imagine.
But there's always that push that He says, you can do anything.
Yeah, I love that. I think, people reaching their full potential, probably fear does hold a lot of people back, but you've got that confidence. What would you say to people that maybe don't have that confidence and are fearful? They've got dreams and they want, they've got these things they plan for their life, but maybe fear's holding them back. What would be something that would help them press through that threshold?
I think something that we have always to do is always to give our best in every single situation.
Great.
For me, I always think about crossing a bridge, that you need to achieve a goal and your goal is on the other side of the bridge.
Right.
You have to keep walking, no matter how slow it is.
Right.
You always have to keep walking, thinking, I can do it.
Yeah,
no one can stop me but myself.
Wow, that's powerful. Yeah.
Some people think, my manager doesn't let me grow. My manager doesn't support me. My manager doesn't assist me. It's not about a manager. It's not about anyone else. It's about you.
Yeah, wow.
You can do it. You have to do it.
Good.
You are the only person who can achieve things. No one will walk your journey.
Right.
You have to walk your own journey.
So good. Yeah, we are our own downfall sometimes, aren't we? We're the ones that stop ourselves from reaching our potential. We love to blame other people and situations, but like you're saying, at the end of the day, it's actually, we're the only ones that can stop ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And someone told me once, God has the ocean to give to us.
Right.
However, sometimes we only have a small cup to get everything that He has to give to us.
Yeah, wow.
And it's about us throwing that little cup and taking the ocean.
Yeah, wow.
But you have to be strong. You have to be committed and you have to be very consistent.
Yes,
Of course, there are many times that you fail.
Yeah.
But failures make part of your journey to succeed.
Yes.
You can't succeed if you don't fail.
Yeah, so good. Yeah.
And I always give the advice to people not to give up because they have failed. This is just a start, and it makes you a lot more stronger and resilient for everything as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So we talked about a few things just then, characteristics, I guess, of being consistent, not being afraid of failure. What would you say some other characteristics are for people that they, you know, could really develop in order to reach their potential? What are some important things you've seen in your journey, or people that you employ that really shine to you and make you want to invest into people and grow people?
I think just going back to what I said about myself, what we look into when, you know, we're hiring and developing people is the consistency, the commitment, the working ethic.
Yeah, great.
And also how driven they are. Driven people, they keep going no matter what. They never give up.
Yeah, right.
They see obstacles, but they think we can do it. And working as a team as well. It's very important that everyone work as a team.
Yeah.
We can't achieve anything on our own.
It's great.
I am who I am today because I have an amazing team and I have amazing mentors. You know, the owners of the business and the CEOs and everyone over there, they are incredible mentors as well. And they have an amazing vision. And it's also ensuring for us as a leaders that everyone understands the vision and then everyone works towards the same goals.
Yeah, great. It's really good.
But most importantly is the consistency and never fearing about the failures, because we are going to fail and we are going to fail many times in life.
It's great.
There's no way that we're going to achieve everything always being successful.
Yeah.
But again, failures bring you resilience and really make you drive a lot harder. And sometimes when you face, you know, difficult times as well, it's about you know, stopping yourself, reflecting, thinking about the goals very clearly as well, and thinking, okay, what do I need to achieve this? And again, it's about people. It's about who do you have next to you.
I love that. All about the people.
It's all about people.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Talking about failures and, you know, hardships, obviously language for you was a really big obstacle that you overcame. Are there anything else that you would share with us? Maybe something that there was a hardship to push through or a failure, but then you really got through it and obviously you are where you are today, but something that would maybe encourage people of what you've pushed through to get to where you are today?
I pushed through so many things and we need to adapt to things as well. And sometimes it's not easy to adapt to things and to push yourself to your limits. There was a time during the pandemic that I was I was asked to move to US.
Right. Wow.
And New York at that time was the epicenter of COVID.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be there at least for 2 years with the whole family.
Wow.
My husband had just started a new business. The business was 3 months old.
Oh gosh.
My daughter was going to her 3rd year of university. My son was doing high school. And to make these decisions were really difficult. And speaking to the family, everyone was like, no, we cannot do it.
Yeah,
you know?
wow.
Why we would move to New York in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it was a really difficult time for all of us.
Yeah,
and for me, it was that push through. I need to do this because it's the right thing for the company. Also, it's the right thing for me because I'm going to learn a lot. It's not easy. It was one of the most difficult decisions that I have made and my family has made as well, because we all had to give up our lives to move to a place that we didn't know anyone. We would not be able to make friends. We would not be able to go out. I was going there because there were a lot of challenges that we were facing.
Right.
To assist the president at that time to overcome all of the challenges and turn around the business at that time as well. So it was a really difficult time, and I had a lot of doubts in myself as well, going there with my family, not just because of me, but because of my family as well. Totally. How do they cope with all of this? So apart from the challenges that I faced at that time, thinking, I can fail because of the environment or because of everything that is happening.
Right.
Because of my family.
Yeah.
No one wants to be there.
Yeah.
We were going out of our comfort zone, completely out of our comfort zone. So this was extremely difficult situation, and I had a lot of doubts that we could turn that situation around very quickly.
Right.
But as soon as we got there, you know, I had this wisdom, and I had a lot of mentors as well.
Right.
I was extremely supported by amazing mentors at that time.
Yeah.
And it was extremely successful.
Beautiful.
It was really tough. I think it was one of the toughest things that we have done. My daughter, 6 months later, she was very miserable, very depressed, and she came back home.
Right.
This also put a lot of pressure on us. My husband was not working because he could not get a working visa. My son was doing school online, could not meet anyone. My daughter came back. So at one point I thought, what I have done? Why I'm putting everyone through this situation? But when you look back, God has always something amazing to give to you. And we all have learned so much in this journey, and all of us achieved so much through this as well.
Yeah, beautiful.
And it was one of the things that we're never going to regret, but it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
In the end, it was amazing. You know, who doesn't like to live in New York? Who doesn't like to have this life? But when we moved to New York was a ghost town.
Yeah, right. Gosh, in the middle of the pandemic, I can't even imagine.
We could not even go out for dinner. We could not have a social life.
Yeah.
But we had some amazing friends who were very faithful.
Yeah, beautiful.
And extremely successful over there as well. And we were seeing them every 3 weeks. And it was something that really assist us in this journey. And we had another 2 couples of friends that we met through them, all of them very faithful and extremely successful and very supportive of everything. So they helped us in so many ways tremendously.
Yeah, beautiful.
But it was, again, God putting us the right people surrounding us.
Yeah.
Again, was not easy. We all had a lot of doubts, but in the end was one of the best things that we've ever done.
Yeah, wow.
Again, was God giving us this faith and thoughts that you can do it.
Yeah.
No one will stop you.
Yeah.
Only yourself.
I love as well that you can do hard things, you know, like, you know, you can do it and you can do hard things, you know, you're brave and courageous and there's beauty even in the hardship, isn't there? So.
Yes. And one thing that we always have to think about is the people that are surround us as well, Kaylee. It's so important to be surrounded by the right people.
Yes,
we need to bring people with us, but there are some people that will push you through your journey as well. It's so important to have like strong people around you. Yeah,
it's so great. Talking about people around you, and you've talked a bit about you've had some mentors. How do you approach that? Like trying to get a mentor or someone that, you know, you see someone a bit further ahead of you in a journey and you'd love to glean wisdom from them. Obviously, it's important to always be growing and to be learning. But how do you approach those relationships when you're looking for a bit of mentorship?
I think there are 2 things. You know, one of them, when I moved to US, because of the culture difference, I had a mentor that was provided to me through the company.
Right.
Especially, you know, after COVID and so many things that happened at that time as well.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things that we had to change and turn around, you know, everything that was happening over there. So I had one mentor that was pretty much, you know, it was quite organically. I would go through examples of what I was going through.
Right.
And he would assist me. He never gave me any answers whatsoever.
Right.
He would ask me, okay, what are the issues that you're going through, what are the challenges that you're facing at the moment. Right. And I would list all of the challenges, and he would ask a lot of questions to me. So he was not giving me any answers. He was making me think about the answers, which was really phenomenal. And then there was, the side people as well that I had. The CFO of AstraZeneca with the HR of AstraZeneca and all of the people in the business as well at Zimmerman. Yeah. These were my side people that were my best friends over there, and they had so much wisdom and they had so much knowledge of the culture and how they could help me. There were a lot of organic conversations, but also, with my CEO here, my COO, the HR managers as well. There was weekly meetings that we would go through all of the challenges and come up with all of the action plans. Yeah, so it's always being able to clearly identify the challenges and how together we can overcome all of them.
Yeah, great.
But it's always thinking, okay, what can I do without any assistance? And what do we need to do, together to overcome these things? There are things that come quite organically when it's with side people that are, like your friends. And we were very, blessed to have these amazing people that had so much knowledge, but also all of the mentors that we had and people from here as well, assisting with all of this. My success is not just because, I'm very driven, but I'm surrounded by amazing people and amazing mentors, and with a very clear vision of where we want to go and where we want to be next year, in 3 years' time, in 5 years' time. We all have very clear goals, what we need, where we need to go.
Yeah, great.
And how we can get there, it's a different thing.
Yes, right.
So this is where we work very close together.
Yeah, beautiful. I love that you're like the top of, what you're doing. You're doing an incredible job, but you're such a team player. It's so beautiful to know that, that never stops. You're always in a team working together, coming up with solutions. And that, I think being a team player is such an important quality, to be able to get along with people, work with people, have good EQ, to really care about people. Like, you're very caring and, just bringing all that into a team environment. So important.
Yes, but this is something that I learned quite a lot here at church as well. You guys are absolutely amazing with the community, and it's everything about people.
Yeah, right.
We are nothing without people.
Yeah, so true.
And one thing as a leader as well, it's about giving credit to people and taking responsibilities for what has gone wrong.
Yeah, right. That's good.
So this is something that we have to do, and sometimes it's not easy.
Yeah.
But a good leader is always taking full responsibility of all of the failures, but giving credit to people that have done the job.
So good.
And this is what it is, working as a team and, living in a community as well.
Yeah, that's
But I learned, so much here with you guys every Sunday.
Oh, well, I'm learning from you right now. So this is wonderful. I want to ask you a fun question. Tell us how big your wardrobe is for all the girls listening.
Well, it's not that big.
Oh, wow. What a shock. You always look amazing.
There's a funny story, actually. Before moving to US, I gave away a lot of things. I'm always giving away.
Right.
Opening for the new.
Right.
I don't hold things. Making room. Before going to US, we were moving and we only had 2 weeks to move. And I asked my daughter I gave 2 bags, one to go to the dry cleaner and one to go to St. Vinny's. And my husband made the decision to go to St. Vinny's and throw, not St. Vinny's, another charity box and throw everything.
All of it.
There were 25 pieces, and my favorite pieces, trench coats and all of these amazing things. So I ran at 7 a.m. to the charity bin, and I nearly got inside of the charity bin.
That's so good.
And I could not get it because it was right at the bottom of the thing.
Devastating.
So anyway, I called them. They were so nice. They came next morning at 4 a.m. to get my things out.
Great.
But there were so many things that happened throughout this time. But yes, my husband threw away many times a lot of my clothing.
Some of the best
one
stuff.
of them was that, no, but my job is not big. I'm very careful with what I buy, what I get, and I always like to have pieces that I can wear for many years.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So I'm always very conscious about not having a lot, but having quality pieces that I really like as well.
I love that. You wear it so well. You're such a fashion star.
But I love giving away as well.
So kind, so generous. Well, any final words, thinking about someone listening to this podcast, they're trying to reach a dream or a goal, what would you say to them?
Be consistent, committed, never give up.
Yeah, beautiful.
And have an amazing working ethics.
Great.
No one can stop someone who works hard, who is committed, who is consistent, and who wants to achieve something. It's not about anyone else. It's just about you. And we need to stop blaming people for our failures and having accountability for that. We can do anything that we want. It's just having this commitment and consistency.
Beautiful. Wow, what wisdom. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's just been such a privilege to hear your story and learn from you, and we're very grateful for you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here with you guys. I have learned so much. I don't start my week, without coming here. Every day I pray for wisdom, and I never start my day without the prayers and asking for wisdom, and that I always take the right decisions for not just the company, but for everyone.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, you're an inspiration. We love you.
Thank you. I love you guys as well.